This is Module 1, Topic C, Lesson 7. Our objective is to round a given decimal to any place using place value understanding and the vertical number line. So the first thing we're going to do is name 155 in unit form. Then we're going to name it using the greatest number of tens, and then finally using only ones. So if you look at our place value chart here, we have in unit form, it's 100, 5 tens, 5 ones. If we do it using the greatest number of tens, it would be 15 tens and 5 ones. And if we use only ones, it would be 155 ones. So now I ask, which decomposition of 155 helps you round this number to the nearest 10? Well, 15 tens and 5 ones does, the middle one. It shows us that 155 is between 15 tens and 16 tens on the number line. Here it is. You have 16 tens, which is equal to 160 on the top, 15 tens, which equals 150 on the bottom. We see that 15 tens and 5 ones is equal to 155, which is exactly halfway. So because it is exactly halfway, 155 would round to the next greater 10. It would round up, which is 16 tens or 160. So if we rounded 155 to the nearest 10, it would be 160. So now I ask, which of these representations helps you round 155 to the nearest 100? Well, that would be the one that shows 100. 100s, 5 tens, 5 ones. The midpoint between 100 and 200 is 150, which we can see on this number line. 100 equals 100, 200 equals 200 on the top, and right in the middle would be 100 plus 5 tens, which is 150. 155, 105 tens, and 5 ones is past the midpoint. It's above 105 tens. So 155 is closer to 200s. So it would round up to 200. So 155 rounded to the nearest 100 would be 200. So what if we have a decimal? We're going to name 1 and 57 hundredths in unit form. Next, we're going to rename 1 and 57 hundredths using the greatest number of tenths possible. And finally, we're going to rename it using only hundredths. And you can see that in our place value chart. Unit form is the top, so it would be 1 ones, 5 tenths, 7 hundredths. Then, if we wanted to do using the greatest number of tenths, it would be 15 tenths and 7 hundredths. And then only using hundredths, it would be 157 hundredths. So which decomposition of 1 and 57 hundredths best helps you round this number to the nearest tenth? Well, that would be 15 tenths and 7 hundredths. It shows us that 1.57 is between 16 tenths and 15 tenths. We can see that right here on the number line. 15 tenths on the bottom is 1.50. 16 tenths on the top is 1.60. Right in the middle would be 15 tenths and 5 hundredths, which is 1.55. So 1.57 is past the midpoint. It's above 1.55. So it's closer to 16 tenths or 1.60. So it rounds up to 1.60. So if they asked you, round 1.57 to the nearest tenth, it would round to 1.60. We will continue to work on rounding numbers in class for the next few days.